Stewardship season is here again, an annual occurrence in the church. For many of us, if we're being totally honest, we think of stewardship and pledging as a necessary but an unpleasant part of church life. How uncouth it is that people get up in the sanctuary and talk about money. That Max preaches a sermon on the amount, that we get letters home asking us to contribute. For those of us raised to think that talking about money is rude, these conversations might feel a little bit out of step with, say, the transcendent moments that we share together in worship, or the sacred music that we make as a community, the deep relationships that helped us fall in love with this place. We might feel even that thinking about stewardship, that talking about stewardship, that all these numbers and asks, that they are far removed and separate from the spirituality and the spiritual practices that make our community unique. But stewardship is a spiritual matter. It's not just a code word for raising money. Jesus, a poor man, told 11 different parables about wealth and money. God is deeply interested in the material realities of our lives, so much so that God came to us in the form of Jesus, a human being, to live alongside us fully immersed in that materiality. Stewardship is a spiritual matter. Stewardship, quite simply, is recognizing that everything we have and everything that we are is a gift from God, and that God desires all of us, not just our Sunday mornings. Now, a lot is asked of us these days. For many of us, we lead busy lives full of commitments, and church is on a long list of groups and things demanding our time and our money. But stewardship, when done right, is a reminder that church is not just another thing we can consume next to clubs and gym memberships, online shopping, and entertainment. When we sign on to this whole faith thing, we sign on with all that we are. We sign on hopefully, tentatively, and with a whole lot of grace for when we fall short, but we sign on nonetheless to let God into our whole lives, to let God be our comfort and our joy, of course, and to let God challenge us and change us. When we sign on as people of faith, we sign on to be God's body here on earth. And when we are fully open to God, that can come about in some pretty incredible ways, which I think many of us have witnessed here at the Dover Church. So when we prayerfully consider our contributions to the church, along with all the other ways we give and all the other ways we spend our money, we invite God into a whole new part of our lives. And God delights in being in that mundane, nitty-gritty reality just as much as God delights in being with us in worship and song on Sunday mornings. So this year, as you consider your pledge, look at your finances, consider inflation and circumstances at your workplace, talk with your family. That is all so important. But also, I hope, take some time to pray. If it feels awkward at first, that's okay. If you need a place to begin, gratitude is always a wonderful place to start. The nice thing about prayer is you don't need any particular words. There's no right or wrong thing to say. Even in silence, God knows the depths of our hearts. This year, make prayer a part of your pledging process. And we can see together where God can lead us when we make ourselves just that much more open to God's call. Will you pray with me? Holy God, we thank you for the abundance in our lives. We know that the earth and everything in it is a gift from you. And we are thankful for all you have given us. Fill us with gratitude, God, and inspire us to generosity. Help us to discern how we might give this year of our time and our talents and of our treasure. Amen.